This is the Aftermarket Radio Network. It's your Weekly Blitz with Chris, keeping you in the game.
Are you ready to supercharge your auto repair business? This is Coach Chris Cotton from AutoFix Auto Shop Coaching. The Weekly Blitz is where industry expertise and business innovation collide, revving your engines for the week ahead. Every episode has game-changing insights, up-to-the-minute industry updates, and practical tips to shift your business into high gear. We're talking about stuff you didn't even know you didn't know, folks. If you haven't done so yet, please check out some of the other great podcasts on the Aftermarket Radio Network, such as Business by the Numbers, Auto Repair Marketing Podcast, and of course, Speak Up. I want to give a big thanks to Shop Marketing Pros for sponsoring the Weekly Blitz. Brian and Kim Walker know the industry inside out as former shop owners. They don't do copy and paste marketing. They do create unique strategies for each of their auto repair shop clients. They offer incredible marketing that gets results, helping your clients and future employees to know, like, and trust you. I want you to go join their Auto Repair Marketing Mastermind Facebook group today. Shop Marketing Pros is top-tier marketing for top-tier shops. Visit shopmarketingpros.com/Chris. This episode's going to be maybe a little bit of a hodgepodge of some different topics. I've had some things in my mind, some things that I haven't sat down and done full episodes on. A lot of these things are things that we do have full episodes on if you go back and listen, but there are just some things that are top of mind for me that I want to remind everybody of, I want to talk about and update some people on. So that's what this episode is going to be about. First of all, a couple of weeks ago, I talked about the election, what I thought might happen or what the outlook was ahead. The election's come and gone. That was last week. We have a winner. So far, everything seems to be going pretty smooth. Bitcoin, the stock market, everything's gone nuts, which is good, I think. And from what I'm hearing around the country, a lot of people are saying that people in their areas are just at ease. I think that's a good thing. I don't know what it would have been if it would have turned out the other way, but here we are and we're moving forward. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. Election's over, big sigh of relief. We can move on, finish 2024, move into 2025 and go from there. Onto something that I want to talk about a little bit more. The art of the repair order audit seems to be lost, and I don't understand why. If there's one message I like to drive home, it's the importance of keeping accurate, detailed, and consistent records, something that you can go in and defend yourself if you ever have to go to court. And RO audits give you a pulse on your business. They give you a way to check on your business. They tell if you're maximizing revenue, capturing all the details, and more importantly, if your team's aligned in process and productivity. As far as Project Alpha goes, I'm full on into doing repair order audits to make sure that our processes and procedures are in place. We had a customer come in the other day, did a great job, got them scheduled in, did the work, had a phenomenal DVI or digital vehicle inspection. No estimate was done, and we didn't share the inspection with the customer. And I'm starting to sweat bullets a little bit because our website's getting ready to get updated. On the website, social media, we talk about transparency. We talk about the things we're going to do every time, and we're not doing those every time. So that's a big thing for us to work on in our shop, is making sure that we're going to do what we say we're going to do and make sure we don't let the customer down. So I feel like we really let the customer down in this case on a couple levels. Number one, we didn't share the DVI with them. And then number two, no estimate was done. So we have to make sure that we get those done. And, if I'm thinking about repair order audits, there's a couple different reasons why they're critical. I've never done a group audit in a setting where we have peer groups, like shop owners and peer groups, where somebody didn't catch some sort of a pricing error that it hurt the customer, either billing them for one too many parts, an extra part, or the price was completely whacked. I know it's terrible and we get egg on our face, but if we're going to eat our own dog food, as Brian Walker from Shop Marketing Pro says, when you do one of those audits, then call the customer up and be like, hey, I was just going through and looking at the tickets and we made a mistake, so we need to return you some money. I think it's a great thing. I think it's great for your customers to hear. Not that you want to be doing this all day, every day, but it really builds that bond with the customer and trust, I think. If you went out of your way to be like, hey, we overcharged you $48 and I need to give that back to you. The next one is technician productivity. I think a lot of times on tickets, and this kind of has to be done from the backside, because if you just print the tickets out, you're not going to see this depending on what ticket you're printing out and what your SMS system is. We're having a lot of shops right now that the service advisors they're not assigning the tickets to the technicians. If you pull a report, those either go under miscellaneous, they go under somebody else. If you're trying to track and do productivity with your technicians, the technician doesn't get that done correctly. So it leads just to a bunch of different issues. Kind of the last topic on repair order audits, it just makes the customer experience better. A lot of times what I see is incorrect cell phone number, no emails, no addresses. That's the biggest thing with Alpha is we have over 40,000 people in our database. I would probably say 38,000 of them don't have email addresses on their record. So that's something huge and important, especially if you're using like a CRM company where they're sending follow-up emails and everything else is going out in emails instead of text. If you don't have those emails in there, it does you no good. If you haven't been doing RO audits, start now. If you're pro at them, take some time to refine your process and make sure it's meeting and aligns with your shop goals. And the other thing is if you're great at it, then take some time and teach another shop owner how to be great at it. The other thing is just service advisor phone calls. We're working on a beta program for AutoFix where we're doing service advisor coaching, and we have AI listening to phone calls and grading phone calls and helping sort them and everything like that. The phone call has to be mastered on a couple different ends. One, as far as it goes with scheduling, if you're not using an online scheduler or not using it that much, and then just the interaction. The service advisors are the front line of the business, and their phone calls with customers set the tone for the whole experience. A well-handled phone call can be the difference between a one-time visitor and a lifelong customer. Number one, I want you to listen to your service advisor's phone calls, just like repair order audits. I want them to practice active listening. It's easy to jump to conclusions or rush through calls, especially when things are busy. And I want you to encourage your advisors to take a breath, slow down, and truly listen to what the customer's needs are. If you do a great job at listening, most of your questions will be answered, and you may have to do a little bit of follow-up, but it's there if you listen. Next, we have to make sure we have clear communication. Customers should leave a call knowing exactly what to expect, whether it's an appointment time, an estimate, or a service timeline. Next, warmth and empathy. We have a relationship-based business. A lot of times when you ask a shop owner, what do you do for a living? What do you do for work? And most of them say, oh, we fix cars. We are in the car fixing business, but we are in the customer service business. We're in the customer service industry. This is a relationship-based business. So if the call is short, make sure it's personable and empathetic. Make sure that your customers feel valued. And I really think that's the key to building long-term loyalty. I know you think I'm nuts, but the next topic is finishing strong in 2024. As we do this, today's recording is November 12th. It's going to come out on the 18th. And we have, I think, 6 weeks left until the end of the year. It can be really tempting to ease off on the gas as the year closes, but the last quarter is an opportunity to end on a high note. A lot of times shop owners and everybody's like, it's the holidays, whatever. I don't expect anybody to buy anything. And to that, I would say hogwash. If your expectation is that you're going to be slow and not do anything, then guess what's really going to happen? That's going to be your reality. And keep your foot on the gas, advertise more, make this the best 6 weeks that you can, and stop saying we've always done it that way, so that's the way it's always going to be. So a couple things I want you to do. I want you to review year-end finances. Are your budgets on track? Can you make any last-minute adjustments to hit your financial targets? I want you to set goals for remaining projects. I want you to identify any outstanding initiatives that can be wrapped up or set. And then I also want you to think about how those projects go into 2025. Next, I want you to show gratitude. I want you to take time to acknowledge your team's hard work. A positive work culture carries through to the new year and sets a strong foundation for retention and motivation. If you don't have your marketing calendar ready for 2025, you at least need to get that first quarter ready. If you haven't looked to see what you did January, February, March of this year or last year to do that out for next year, now's the time. Like I've already done it. We're starting to do it with their clients. You have to finish strong in 2024 in order to start out like a sprinter out of the blocks in 2025. For everybody that's been asking about Project Alpha, here's kind of the latest. I've talked about it a little bit. Shop's doing great. We're taking time to fine tune our processes and procedures, just like I encourage everybody else to do in your shops. So far, we're tracking strong for November. With 8 days worked, we're about 40% already of what they did last year. And so we've got 12 working days left this month. Extremely excited to see how much ground we can cover to close the year on a high note and then start 2025. So I mentioned it a couple of times. The other thing is, what's your plan for 2025? Whether you're planning to grow, streamline, innovate, you need to have a clear roadmap for what 2025 is. So what are some questions to help guide your planning process? Where do you want to be by the end of 2025? I want you to sit back, think about it, envision the year ahead, whether it's growth, stability, diversification. Set your goals now so you're not reacting, but you're proactively moving forward to them. Next up, what are your priorities? Is it building a stronger team, improving your technology stuff, reducing expenses? Clearly identifying your priorities is going to help you guide every decision throughout the year. Maybe you've been procrastinating hiring a coach. Maybe now's the time. If this year was not good, you got nobody to blame but yourself. And I guarantee you, if you go back a couple of episodes and listen, coach teams, coach shops, coached anybody do better, have better results than people that aren't coached. It's a fact. And then last on this one, how are you going to measure success? I need you to set measurable goals with deadlines to keep your team accountable and motivated, whether it's through your KPIs, quarterly reviews. Tracking progress is essential to stay on target. Set your goal, figure out how you're going to get there, and then track it along the way. And hopefully you can record why you've been successful, or maybe you learn why you weren't successful and you can make changes quicker that way. So, I want everybody to make this year-end 2024 launch pad for even better 2025. As always, we're here to support you through every step, from operational challenges to strategic planning, service advisor training, shop owner training. So here's to closing out 2024 strong and laying the groundwork for an incredible 2025. I need you to stay tuned for more tips and insights. And remember, the best is yet to come. Thanks to all of our incredible listeners. Your passion and drive motivate us to deliver top-notch content. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Shop Marketing Pros. If your shop is the best in town, but your marketing isn't cutting it, it's time for a change. Shop Marketing Pros understands your business and ensures your shop stands out. Where quality meets visibility, Shop Marketing Pros ensures your auto repair shop stands out in a crowded market. Thanks for tuning into the Weekly Blitz. Remember, it's time to rise, grind, and keep your mindset positive. Until next time, this is Coach Chris Cotton signing off. Have a great day, everybody.
You've been listening to the Weekly Blitz with Coach Chris Cotton on the AftermarketRadioNetwork.com. Follow Chris on your favorite podcast listening app. Let him know what you'd like him to cover. His email is in the show notes. Chris is all for advancing the aftermarket.